Hello Lions fans and welcome to the first installment of the 2013-14 season previews. We are beginning with women's basketball as we sit here in the Molloy Athletics Department. I am joined today by head women's basketball coach Kate Lynch. Thanks again, Kate, for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
I appreciate it. Congratulations as you embark on your first season at Molloy. You must be thrilled.
Very much. Very excited for the opportunity.
All right, so let's start off with last year. I know this is your first season at the helm of the program, but on the outside looking in, what do you take away from last year's team and how they finished? Just a quick recap. The team finished with an overall ledger of 10-16 and an East Coast Conference record of 6-12.
Well, I've certainly watched a lot of film in the last 3-4 months, preparing for our personnel and what we can do. I think last year we were in a lot of close games, and I think part of the reason why we lost those games is maybe because we were a little young. So I'm really looking forward this year to coaching a team that's got a little experience under their belt. I also think we're a little rough around the edges defensively, so the coaching staff and I are looking to clean that up a little bit. And we're also looking for some consistency in preseason, in season and postseason. So I think that'll really help us out. So that's really what we're trying to get accomplished this year.
Great. All right, well then let's dive right into this year's squad. I think it'd be a great opportunity to just go position by position. So can you please break down each group for us and how you're going to use them, their strengths, what they bring to the court, things like that. And I guess let's start off with the guards. Returning from last year are sophomores Alexia O'Connor, Whitley Kalute, Maggie Milanakis, and Alex Hampton, junior Megan Orlando, and senior Kelly Guerrero. And the newcomers this year include freshman Taylor Gallagher and Aaliyah McDonald, as well as junior Sabrina Padro.
We have a lot of depth at the guard position, so I guess that's a good problem to have as a coach. We've got a lot of quick guards. We've got a lot of guards that can shoot it, who are intense defensively. We're really excited about each strength that they give us on the court. And it was really hard the last couple of days trying to figure out who our quote-unquote starting five would be when we played in our first scrimmage, and even subbing in and out. I mean, you really got to go with the players that are giving you the most, but even that's difficult because every single player does something really positive on the floor for us. Like I said before, it's a really good problem to have, so we just got to figure that out. But they're working really, really hard for us. We're really excited about that.
Next up are some swing players. You have two returners, sophomore Kimani Jackson and junior Nicole Arnone. Can you speak about those two players?
Both Kimani and Nicole we're going to be looking at to provide us with a lot of leadership this year. They are playing 3-4 positions. The type of offense that we run requires them to do so. But having two 5'10" post players / guards really causes a mismatch on the perimeter. And it also helpful for us. They can also guard players on the perimeter. So the type of offense that we run, sometimes we bring the defenders out on the perimeter, and Nicole and Kimani can take people off the dribble, they can shoot the three. So they're very versatile and very athletic for us. So.
And now for the bigs, you have 4 forwards listed on your roster. Fans will remember 2 returners from last year, juniors Megan Lonergan and Taylor Kenny, and they will be joined by first-time Lions sophomore Allie Leffridge and junior Allison Smith.
Again, I'm going to probably talk about depth here. They all have different strengths. I'm actually happy with the different strengths that they provide for us. Whether it's, we can shoot threes from the outside, we can post people up, and having 6'1", 6'2", 5'10", 5'10", we can guard any team in the post. So if we're playing against a larger team, it doesn't really pose a threat to us. We know we can guard in the post and also bring them out offensively as well.
Okay, can you briefly talk about your coaching staff? It's a whole new staff this year with David Jalan and Janelle Henderson, along with a first-time coach, but someone fans are familiar with, Ashley Addison.
I have to say I'm very, very lucky as a head coach to have all 3 of them on our staff this year. Coach Jalan, of course, was a head coach for 6 years at Dean College, and he was actually the all-time winningest coach at Dean College, so I'm really lucky to have him as an assistant for us. He has a lot of coaching strengths. He's very great coaching defensively, so we're really looking at him for some of the defensive schemes. And Janelle Henderson was a D1 player at Rider University. She was a 4-year starter, 3-year captain, and was very successful. And she came to us from Bishop Laughlin in Brooklyn, which is obviously one of the best Catholic schools basketball programs in the city. So we're really excited about that. And Ashley, of course, it's nice to have a familiar face around, someone who knows the ins and outs of Molloy, and who people love, and she's really grown as an assistant coach, and so we're really excited to have a former Lion as a part of our staff. So.
Yeah, that's nice. So, Coach, what are your expectations going into this season? Whether they're goals individually for some players, obviously goals for the team, that you've discussed with your players and also with your assistant coaches.
Yeah, we have one big focus this year, and that's really to be the top defensive team in the ECC. Like I said, we have a lot of players that can guard both on the inside and the outside. It's a lofty goal to be one of the top defensive teams in the ECC and all over the country is really what our end result and our end goal would be. But I think with the talented group that we have, we really can make that happen. And of course, we always want to be one of the top academic teams in the ECC. I think that's always one of our goals.
Any thoughts as you now come into the East Coast Conference? I mean, everyone pretty much knows it's a very competitive conference. It's got some great squads. What is your take on the landscape of the ECC? It's
interesting because all the film that I watched last few months, we can make assumptions about things. We can talk about the speed of the game or what's lacking, on our end. But in reality, it's different when you've got your team playing out there live. The pace of the game is going to be different than what you see on film. I know it's been very competitive the last few years, and we're just hoping that what we're doing right now to prepare our team is what we need to do in order to be ECC competitive.
Right. Okay. And finally, Kate, what's one motto or mantra that as a coach you try to follow?
I think it's really important as a college coach. One of my biggest jobs is to instill strong values into my student athletes that they can take on and off the court with them and transition with these values to life. And we also talk about our mentality this year, and that is what we call one. We want to act as one. We want to act as a family at all times. It's important. Every player on our team is important. No player is more important than the other. We need each other to be successful, and in the end, teamwork is really what gets us to be successful on and off the court, whether it's in a team environment or a work environment. We really want to make sure that they understand those important values that will help them transition into life.
Right. I think all the Lions fans out there would like to hear, what is the one thing that you want to tell them as they get ready for the season? I mean, you were there for Maroon Madness.
Yeah.
There was a lively, great atmosphere. It was a great basketball environment. What would you say to all the fans out there?
I would say that, first of all, as a newcomer to Molloy College, I'm really excited about the environment that we provide in Quealy Gym. And I really think you guys will be really excited about the type of basketball that we play and the style that we play, the up-tempo pace. And we're really looking forward to having everybody at all of our home games this year.
All right, thanks. Well, thanks for coming by. I appreciate it. That's going to wrap it up for our first installment of the 2013-14 season previews with head women's basketball coach Kate Lynch. Remember, fans, the Lions kick off their season on Saturday, November 9th when they play Post University at the University of Bridgeport in Connecticut. That game will begin at 2 p.m. And the home opener for the Lions will be against non-conference opponent Philadelphia University on November 23rd at 1:30 p.m. in the Quealy Gymnasium. Please keep your browsers locked in to MolloyLions.com for all the latest news and notes pertaining to your favorite teams. Lions can also be found all over social media, on Twitter at Molloy Lions, and please search on Facebook Molloy College Athletics. For every basketball home game this year, the Lions Sports Network will bring you wall-to-wall coverage of all the action, including a pregame and a postgame show, interviews with the coaches, interviews with the players, and great analysis by our broadcasters. It comes with audio, video, and live stats as well. For head women's basketball coach Kate Lynch, my cameraman Shamir, I'm Jack Zoll. Thank you for watching our women's basketball preview, and stay tuned for the next preview, which will be with head men's basketball coach Charlie Marquardt. Have a good day, everyone, and always, let's go Lions!